boys, it's a beautiful day for Supercharger unboxing. Let's go. All right. Ho ho. JACKSON Racing Supercharger System Installation Instruction. Look at this. This is awesome. And it's got a sweet plate, let everyone know. Part of the crew. And man, look at this. Everything's individually packaged. This is really good. Let's see what we got here. This is vacuum, PCV, miscellaneous, Rotrex, oiling system, 86 and BRZ, air filter, and our 4-bar map sensor, supercharger bracket assembly. This here is the, that's pretty heavy. Save this till after. But it's right here. Intercooler, tubing, and hoses. So, man, I don't know about any of you guys, but I'm so excited to have this going on the car soon. So, let's take a look at what this stuff is. All right. So, got a bunch of clamps. Man, okay, so I gotta say, quickly before we continue, everything is packaged so well. So like this shipped from California all the way to Canada, and it got here really quick. So today is, I think, Saturday 18th or 19th of September, and this shipped on last Friday, and it literally tried to deliver to my place on Wednesday, but I wasn't home to receive it, and it ended up coming yesterday on Friday. So a couple of days across the border through duties and everything, and they packaged it really well to make sure that it would come no issues. So nice piping. Oh, and here's another box. Intercooler. Oh, this is the actual intercooler. Set trab. Oil cooler. Awesome. This is probably just the set trab. Oh, it is actual oil cooler stuff. I thought this was just the hardware. Okay. And oh yeah, look at this. Nice hosing. And then how awesome is this gonna be? Here's, oh, is it blacked out too? JACKSON Racing intercooler. Ooh, I can just tell this is gonna be really nice. Probably just cut this off. Damn. Look at that. Now, how sick is this gonna look? Right inside here, you won't even be able to tell. Anyway. What is going on? They send me two?
$2,000 years later.
Okay, I think I get it. So this oil cooler is the oil cooler for the Rotrex. So the Rotrex has its own dedicated oil line, and this is the cooler for that. And this is the engine oil cooler. All right, okay, I get it. That makes a lot more sense. I fully forgot what I ordered. One for the engine, one for the supercharger. Got another of these, interesting. A lot of hoses, zip ties. Here is all the stuff for the thermostatic plate, so this should just mount underneath the oil filter. And as the oil goes, right before it goes into the oil filter, or basically before and after the oil filter, whatever it does, it'll go through the oil cooler and keep it down to a low temperature so that we can drive a little bit harder. So some more hardware, another instruction manual for the oil cooler kit. Let's get back to some of the other stuff. So supercharger bracket assembly. Probably will leave this unboxed. This is probably not too interesting. Vacuum, PCB, miscellaneous. So this is probably just more hosing for the supercharger itself. Probably not going to unbox this either for now. You guys will see more of this when we do the installation. Rotrex oiling system. Let's take a look at this. Okay. So the Rotrex supercharger comes with its own traction fluid that you change every 2 years or 50,000 miles or something like that. It's got its own reservoir, so this will mount somewhere in the engine bay. And this is, I believe, an oil filter for the Rotrex. So lots of different parts. And here's another bracket to hold that in. That to the side. The garage is becoming a mess. Air filter. So this is just a regular cone filter style thing, and map sensor. This is going to replace the OEM map sensor so that we can read some more boost. So let's get to what we're all here for. What everyone's excited about. The actual supercharger. So if you guys don't know, Jackson Racing uses a Rotrex style supercharger, which is a centrifugal one. There's a couple differences between this and some other supercharger styles you may be more familiar with. Positive displacement or twin screw types, which sit on top of your engine and force the engine into the cylinder heads. This one looks kind of like a turbo, except instead of a hot side where your exhaust comes from, that side is belt driven, and the rest of it is similar to a supercharger. So I had switched to the GoPro because I think the POV was probably a little more interesting, but I think I didn't charge the battery, so that died. Anyway, here we have, I already unboxed it, but here we have the Rotrex C30 Jackson Racing Supercharger. So it's kind of hard to pick up with one hand because it's kind of heavy, and the cardboard underneath is collapsed. But here we go. This is the actual blower, and you can see it looks like a turbo. So this is the compressor housing. The back we have the pulley, and if you want to make more boost, you just replace this pulley with a smaller pulley. Hoping to do the installation in a couple weeks. I want to schedule with Counterspace Garage, so I ordered everything through them. Thank you so much, Counterspace Garage, for working with me and answering all my questions. I gotta work with them to figure out when I'll have a base tune ready, so when I do the installation, car will be ready to just turn on and potentially just drive a little bit and not push it. But we also got to schedule our remote tune and get the car exactly to where it needs to be. So I was looking for a picture in the manual that this came with, trying to show you guys how exactly the supercharger will work. Didn't really see a good diagram, so I'm going to show you guys in my engine bay. Whole car is really dirty, so excuse how bad the engine bay looks, but pretty much supercharger will sit somewhere over here. The stock intake, which is down over here. The intake will come out, the airbox will come out. This whole tubing into your throttle body comes out. Supercharger sits here with its intake. It sucks in air into its turbine, and it has some tubing that goes all the way down behind the headlight bracket into the intercooler, which cools your air down. From the intercooler you get a pipe going back up into your, all the way around here into your throttle body. That feeds the cold compressed air into the engine, and pretty much this belt here gets replaced with a high quality Gates belt, which I did find in the box, and that drives the I guess that drives the pulley on the back of the supercharger. So pretty much exactly like a turbo, but instead of the hot side from your header coming up into the back of the turbo, the back of the supercharger driven by the belt. And it has its oil lines that will come to, I think the oil reservoir where the supercharger sits around somewhere over here. Its lines will go down into the supercharger. And then I'm also installing the oil cooler, which is an additional piece. It doesn't come with the kit normally. So the sandwich plate goes here. This is the oil filter. Sandwich plate goes here, and two pipes come off of that into an oil cooler that will mount here. So pretty much behind the grill we'll have the intercooler, and on one side or the other we'll have the supercharger oil cooler and then the engine oil cooler there as well. And you can see down here, maybe, yeah, I got my unequal length headers. Those are the gruppe-s headers. There's why my car sounds so awesome. Ooh, yeah, cars, both cars are looking clean. So if you missed it, last video we put on new tires and went to a more functional stance on the BRZ and put the Summers and these sick BBS wheels on the wagon. So if you missed that, go back, check last two videos. Cars are looking real good. So I don't know, as far as power figures go, hoping to make about 280 to 300 at the wheels, and unfortunately we don't get E85 in my area, so gonna be running off, the highest gas I get here is 94. So I guess got the C30 Supercharger, got the oil cooler, that's part of this, and I already have unequal length catless headers, catless front pipe, full exhaust pretty much. So with 94 gas and all of that, I'm hoping to hit 260 to 280. If I can get close to 300, that'd be awesome. I have a friend here who is hitting close to 300 with basically the same setup. Instead of the C30, he has the bigger C38, but should be able to hit the same figures, honestly. And again, it depends. The actual numbers itself don't really matter too much, which is why I'm giving it such a big range. I know I'm gonna get, they advertise about 50% horsepower boost. So looking to get, if I get 50% horsepower boost, I'll be more than happy with that. But I've already ridden in a car with the JACKSON Racing supercharger system in it, and the car feels incredible. And I'm hoping to just get that feel, get a little bit more pull up top, and hopefully you guys will be able to hear, but this thing makes some amazing sounds. Like, it sounds like a turbo up top, and I'm not sure if you hear a bit of whine, but with the Rotrex and this style blower, you do get some crazy jet kind of whooshing sounds. So I'm gonna be super hyped about that. Make sure you guys stay tuned for the install and the first impressions for the drive, and I'll catch you guys later. Thanks for watching. Have a amazing weekend, or whatever day it is for you. Have an amazing day. Thanks for watching. Peace out.